Good morning, viewers and my dear students. On behalf of K.S. Rangasamy College of Arts and Science, I welcome you all with the blessings of our founder, Dr. Lion K.S. Rangasamy, and our beloved chairman, Mr. R. Srinivasan, in absence here, with the help and our uh, motivator, Dr. V. Radhakrishnan, our beloved principal, is there in the line. I welcome you, ma'am. And today the topic is social media entrepreneurship. So how we can earn and become an entrepreneur through social media sites. Example, today lakhs and lakhs of people are earning from YouTube and Instagram. And now Google has started Google Shorts. It is a new one. It is going to come from the next week. So everyone can earn money from home.
Venkatesh, you are not audible. Something is wrong with the video. Venkatesh,
Your
sir,
voice is
we are not able to hear you, sir. Venkatesh, sir, something is wrong with your some technical snag with your video and audio, sir. Kindly check it out.
yeah.
I have switched off my mic, sir.
Okay, fine. So shall I
Okay.
start?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Venkatesh. Let me at the outset thank Dr. Praising Linjha, madam, for sparing a valuable time. Thank you, madam, for being with us online. You know very well, you guys are very busy, but at the same time, you wanted to spare your time for the students at the rural background and give them some inputs. I should thank you, madam, on behalf of my institution, on behalf of the IAC and the Department of Computer Applications. I thank you, madam, at the outset for sparing your time. I actually congratulate the initiative taken by the Institutions Innovation Council and Dr. Venkatesh and the placement cell collaboratively for this event. As Dr. Venkatesh has said, I would like to endorse the point that social media, uh, which was primarily meant for connecting people, has become a very good field of entrepreneurship now. If you are really good at selling yourself, and if you know the marketing capacity, you have the marketing capacity, you can market yourself, and people are very clearly proved, and they are making money. And it's the right time that a person like Madam has come forward to give you some inputs. That to startup is basically the actually a root of idea that sparkles within you can be made into a big business. And nowadays, startups are actually they are ruling the world, I should say, are ruling the country, are ruling the scenario. In that case, social media is also giving a lot of opportunities. And those opportunities are actually
Happened, yeah. Madam, can you hear me, madam?
Yes, I can hear. I think sir's voice got disconnected, I guess.
Okay, madam. Okay, madam. Madam, can we start now?
Yeah.
Please, madam, please.
So, very
Yes,
good
madam.
morning. Uh, yeah. Thank you for this beautiful introduction, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. Hi, hello, everyone. I'm really excited and glad to be a part of this sharing session where I'm, eager to exhibit my expertise in the field of digital marketing. As we know that digital marketing is an area where we have to get upgraded and updated every day because the world is changing every day. So it's really a good moment for me to share with you all the knowledge and expertise that I have gained in my past experience in the field of digital marketing. So without wasting much of my time, as Sir was giving a right introduction today, as many youngsters are marching towards entrepreneurship. I believe most of you who have started your education, higher education, already may have some idea in your mind, and some of you might be have taken the baby steps to form your own startup, and you would have taken some initiatives. I think this session would give you an eye-opening or a better idea and knowledge about how to go ahead in your concept of understanding the concept as well as understanding how to take steps forward in the field of entrepreneurship and bring out life to the idea and fulfill your long-term dreams. Let's go to the session now, and the agenda for the session today is I believe that you can see the yeah see the slides. Yes. Fine. So let's go ahead. Today's topics which I'm going to cover today is this is the agenda which I have shared with you all. Hope you all can see it. Let's start with trying to give you a small introduction about what is social media. Most of you might know it well, but to have a continuity and clarity, I would like to give a short introduction about social media. Then into it, choosing the right social media platforms, creating engaging content, promoting your content, building a community, going ahead with a case, and concluding it. This is the agenda for the day. Let's go to it one by one. So, before I get into what is social media, let's have a run through as some of the things which you are already familiar with. These are all not new to you, but you are all familiar with. But we have to understand and we have to have a connectivity you have a connectivity as to what your knowledge is and try to balance it. Okay, so when you think about entrepreneurship, entrepreneurship is like you have an idea. In other terms, you would like to give a solution to a problem which is existing in the society, and keeping that in mind, when you give life to your idea trying to find a solution, that is where the concept of entrepreneurship comes out. And ultimately, one is like the ultimate returns for taking up to having a startup or going into the field of entrepreneurship is it, you have a lot of advantages. Okay, when you give life to your dreams, you chase your passion and you go behind it and try to fulfill your dreams. And you're not only fulfilling your own dreams, but you're also trying to provide support to some people who are leaning on you, or who are in your dependency, and you provide for them, you expand the opportunity, as well as you are also serving the society in a great way by giving solution to human problems. So, keeping this introduction about what is like about entrepreneurship, let me just go into the concept of what we have planned for today. So, when we talk about entrepreneurship, there are so many things like about developing a product, designing a product, and like trying to test the market. And once you are all ready with you are ready with your product, and you're ready to give it ready to give it out to the society, and that is when the concept of marketing jumps into picture, right? So marketing is a wide area, it's a big world, right? Like you all know well, I believe. So when you think about marketing, it's simply meaning, in my view, personally, what I would say it is like just simply meaning value offering. So you have certain set of processes, set of activities, some institution or the business that is involved in it, which is focusing on creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging, which gives out some value, that has some value. And that can be an offering to somebody, which means the stakeholders that can involve consumers or end users, clients, partners, and society at large. So I think this is a wide covered definition of marketing. And what is difference with the digital marketing and marketing? marketing. Now, in marketing, we traditionally, like, when we cover up the traditional concepts of marketing, there is not much changes. If we have to understand that digital marketing is not a big area, which is not far. It's very high to far to reach. It is like it is exactly the marketing that we do traditionally, but the difference is where here in traditional marketing, of course, we know the four pillars like product place, praise, I mean, product price, place, and promotions. All this into put together to make a marketing strategy, and we tend to fulfill it. And in same way, in digital marketing, all these activities are continued. But the difference is you get the help of technology, and you depend on technology, and you do all these activities with the help of internet sources. So this difference we have to understand. We cannot say that marketing is totally different from digital marketing. Of course, digital marketing is, of course, the activities are just the same. But what we do, we make use of the technology, we make use of the internet sources, and we give out more kind of the efficiency and the output in terms of digital marketing when we compare to traditional marketing is very high. Okay, so that is the biggest advantage that we have. So keeping this in mind, let me move to the next overall concept of digital marketing. I think like discussing digital marketing in this confined time is really hard. But I think I can give some kind of justice by giving you an outline of what is this digital marketing, and trying to make you understand the different types of digital marketing, so that you will have a better idea that social media marketing is one part of digital marketing. It is not exactly a whole, it's not exactly, we could say it's digital marketing is all about social media marketing. No, it is not. Among in digital marketing concepts, one type of digital marketing is social media marketing. So what are the different types of digital marketing? To make it very short and to make it understanding, let me just go one by one. We know we can, very commonly, like common, which is very well known and very many of us are aware of, is search engine marketing. In search engine marketing, where of course we rely on the search engine, and it is again divided into search engine optimization, which is a non-paid form, and display advertisements, which is a paid form. Okay, in search engine optimization, of course, I understand. I think I firmly believe that most of us know what is SEO, trying to push, trying to make our product to list on the top when a person, or when a customer, or somebody, some stakeholder of ours are trying to search for the product or search for the services. Okay, so trying to keep our business on the top, trying to push, list our business on the top on a natural search, is it's the concept of search engine optimization, and that cannot be done manually, or it is not a one-day process. It is a long-term process, and it takes a lot of time and efforts to, naturally, organically list your business on the top. And you have to follow, like all these, have to be followed step by step. I'm not going to deal with it, but let me just go ahead with the next step. Trying to this is totally unpaid or non-paid form of, I could say, search engine marketing. And the one is the display ad, which you can see like Google advertisements, like Google AdWords or Bing ads or retargeting type of advertisements. All that comes under search engine marketing. So this is something, there you have to have a technical connect as well as the content connect. Okay, so moving to the next type of digital marketing is email marketing, most unused, I could say. Not to the fullest, it is not efficiently used, but it is most one of the very interesting and cost effective mode of type of digital marketing, I would say, where we tend to connect with the customer in a personalized mode. And of course, there are different types of email marketing, like, sending a welcome mail or a subscription mail, or trying to introduce your product, or introduce your brand to a set of audience or to a set of customers. Then trying to get sponsorship mails, and there are, you can add much more to it. So email marketing, the concept is like, the advantages: you can send in bulk, you can track, you can follow up, you can nurture, and you can also, like, try to bring down in the sales funnel your set of customers and work on it, nurture them, and turn them to your customers, from prospective customer to your customer, and then to a loyal customer. The possibility is very high through email marketing. Moving to the next is content marketing. I would say content is the base for any digital marketing. So be it search engine marketing, be it email, or be it mobile, or any kind of marketing, the content that you share, the message that you share matters a lot. So normally, if you could focus only as if when we work on content, it again goes ahead with blogging, podcasting, or video logs, vlogs, and newsletters, infographics, which is very common now. Again, ebooks, souvenirs. There are so many types of methodologies which you can work in content. So today we have so many number of tools that can help you to develop quality content, and of course, pure content. And always, when you come out with original and pure content, that will facilitate the process of SEO as well. Okay, moving to the next is, I would just skip social media marketing because we are going to discuss that in detail. Moving to the next is, like, I would go with mobile marketing. I think in our country this is one of a very successful mode of digital marketing. I'll give you an example. Hopefully all of us have crossed through this path almost 2 years back, almost 3 years, when this pandemic came into the picture. There was a kind of great shift in the, like a great spike, I could say, in terms of uh, technical or digital transformation. Even the common layman, everyone, of course, the mobile users in our country is increasing day by day, and it is very high. And especially during pandemic season, they didn't depend on any kind of outside sources, but there was so much of adoption towards technology in terms of mobile marketing. Okay, just imagine the use of WhatsApp. People who were kind of, we were not able to come out, or we were not able to transport or do any kind of other services, but people were trying to connect among the circle in a closed way by trying to form a group, share the product that they have listed on the group, and somebody who is in need of it would collect it, or will be given distributed to them in the closed circle. So likewise, there were so many kind of, like mushroom, there were so many businesses coming out, and we could understand the power of digital marketing, one type of digital marketing as mobile marketing, which was very successful and very effective. Even today, we are all, many of us are, many there are many businesses who runs with the support of WhatsApp, mobile, MMS, SMS, and there are so many works that you can do, location based, targeted marketing. All these are possible with the help of mobile marketing. And other type of marketing, which is very well known and very familiar for most of us, is affiliate marketing. So you do it. I mean, you get affiliates for your business and help them. They would help you in promoting your brand or your product. Okay, we call them as influencers, right? Influential marketing is again one another area which is growing up very fast and has come out in different ways. Okay, and in affiliate marketing, again, there, of course, you have three ways where you can have involved affiliates, or related affiliates, or unattached affiliates. Okay, again, I'm not getting into the details, just to make you all understand that these are all the types. Okay, in with this, you can add much more. And today we are going to talk a bit more about social media marketing. Okay, but before that, you as an entrepreneur, okay, when you have an idea to have your own startup, and first thing I would suggest you is, the basic thing, like years before, if you could say almost 2 decades before, if I am having a business, and if I wanted to introduce my business to someone in the society, or to my clients, or to my customers, the first thing that I get connected to them is, I just show my visiting card and introduce myself that I have this. But today I would say, you cannot make the customer to come to your place. But one thing that can make a good connect between you and your customer, or the business and the customer, is your website. So if you are having a plan to go ahead with your entrepreneurship, or if you have some idea inside your mind and you have not started it yet, and you are planning to do it, then the first and foremost step I would suggest you will start with the website. Development of your website is very, very, very important, because that is going to be a kind of mirror that will showcase who really you are, what is your business all about, what are the services that you're offering to the customers, to your customers. No, all that can be expressed, which is your own platform, which is development of your platform. And when you work on your website, please be mindful of creating a website which is SEO friendly, because all these things, when we put together, it's what, it is all interconnected. I cannot say when you do good email marketing you will be a good successful digital presence will be there. No, it is all, everything has its own pace and place where you have to really balance with all these kind of activities. Okay, so when you work on your website, be mindful to create, sorry, mindful to create a website which is very SEO friendly, which means be mindful of the content that you use when you develop. Try to create a website that will help or facilitate an easy SEO process, and there are methodologies for that. That is, again, you can sit and work on that as for 3-4 hours as a session. Okay, so I'm not touching that, but be mindful. The important thing which you have to remember is start with your website. So when you have your website, one is having creating a website which is SEO friendly, and so the second major important point which you have to keep in mind is integrate all social media platforms to your website, which will naturally drive traffic to your website. Okay, these two important points, please do not forget, because this will help you or facilitate you to have a better social media marketing, better social media connect in relevance to your business. Okay, so let's keeping this, giving you a kind of broad and long introduction. Let me get into the topic of social media marketing. So you all know what is social media, right? Social media is a collection of online platforms where people can connect with each other and share information. I think if you are, I think more than me explaining, maybe you all have experienced it by using different platforms. I believe most of these youngsters are into Instagram, and I think as students, you as professionals doing your courses, you would have been showcasing your presence in LinkedIn, or most of you might be in Facebook or Snapchat, or in maybe Pinterest. These are all social media platforms. Twitter, you have some other like media platforms which can sorry, which can kind of help you to connect with people in different ways. Okay, so all what you would, maybe some of us may have an idea that all these social media platforms are the same. No, it is not. Of course they are called as social media platforms, but each platform has its own uniqueness. Okay, each platform is unique in its own way and gives out its unique services in different ways. So we have to understand that like if I could give you an example, LinkedIn is it's a platform where we all know that it's a space where the job seekers and the job providers meet. Okay, so you as student, when you are trying to look for a job, like and the job providers or the recruiters, when they come to this platform, they try to get to know more about you by following you in your LinkedIn profile page, or trying to understand your achievements, trying to understand your expressions or your skill set. All that can is possible today with the help of LinkedIn. So we cannot say it is not having a networking, but of course the primary function to a LinkedIn, I would say it's like it's a platform which connects a job seeker and a job giver, right? The same way, if you could go ahead with Facebook, we all enjoy spending time in Facebook, right? One is like Facebook gives you an opportunity to have a community for yourself, where like-minded people like you who can view it, who can use it and go ahead with it, right? So it helps you in forming a community, as well as share your I think most of my, I could say, our generation, like maybe your parents, I could say, they all enjoyed, we were not like even we were not connected through internet as you are connected today. But this social Facebook gave it gave a way for us to bring back our sweet memories in the school days and childhood days and all, right? By bringing back, connecting us back to our friends and the peers. Okay, so this is like, I'll tell you why it is like it is a media where it has helped us to have better interaction, better connectivity, better networking, and so on. Okay, so likewise, I'm not going to say each and every platform, but you can explore it. I'm just trying to make you understand that Every social media platform is unique in its own way, and it gives out, of course, though there is a common objective, it comes out with different services. It might give you different services. Okay. So the next is like, how can social media be used for startups and entrepreneurs? So you, as now, I believe that I just, assume, and I'm just talking to you all, that you are all in a mindset of entrepreneur, having your startup and be a successful entrepreneur. So with this mindset, what would be, how can this, social media can help a person who is with an idea, or with a concept, or with a product that is developed in order to bring out to the society. So this can be used. One is like build brand awareness. Okay, how can people be understood, made aware that there is a product which can serve my need? This is, it is through social media platforms you can bring a great awareness, big awareness to the people. Sorry, big awareness to the people who are interested in it. Okay, and who are looking for a good number of audience. So creating a brand awareness about your business, about your product, about your concept to the public is very much possible through social media. And one other thing I would like to add here is, through different social media platforms, you can connect to different groups of audience. Of course, some of us might be present in all media platforms, but in many cases, there are kind of in the set collect audience. I'll give you an example for this. See, most of my, maybe your parents age, or maybe 80s and 90s kids, or late 70s 80 90 kids, maybe your parents, most of us are connected in Facebook but not in Insta. Some of us are connected in Facebook and Insta. Okay, so when, like, in Insta, it's like, today all the youngsters are not aware of, many of them are not aware of, much aware of or interested towards Facebook, but they are into Instagram. So which means if you are coming out with a product for maybe a middle-aged or 40 plus group of people, audiences, your customers, very well you can concentrate on Facebook rather than concentrating on Instagram for your social media marketing. Okay, so likewise you can choose where your audience are, where you're, if you are a recruiter, if you're planning to have a startup into the recruitment industry, of course LinkedIn can be a very good platform for you to do campaigns and do social media marketing, because that is where your consumers will be, or there is where your service seekers will be. Okay, so likewise you can choose. Actually, for it starts with social media will help you, platforms will help you to build brand awareness, and then generation of leads, acquiring new customers is possible through continuous campaigns and so on. Drive sales. Why do we acquire new customers? Ultimately, all of our aim is to raise revenue by enhancing sales, right? So helps you to drive sales, provide customer services, of course, by following up, nurturing, by responding to customers queries and so on. We can do better service, improve employee morale by giving out a better culture about your organization, about your business, connect with other business. Of course, networking is a primary role, I could say. So there are so many kind of, how this social media can be useful for us entrepreneurs. Coming to the benefits, of course there might be some repetitive points. Okay, so you can have wider audience group. So, like, if you are coming out with a business and if you are going for a traditional marketing by creating awareness through advertisements, the cost that is involved is very high. But when you compare it with the social media marketing, the cost that is involved is very less. You can have better control over it. We'll be touching on those points at the later part as well. So, get more exposure for the products and services. Okay, that is another benefit. Trying to understand more about the product features and trying to personalize and so on. Connect with the target audience. You can fix the audience group. Okay, you can choose what age group, what location, gender, all these you can have a choices that you can make. Build relationship, trying to have engagement strategies and build relationship with the customer. In other terms, trying to have continuous connectivity with your customers, generating leads and sales, as I mentioned it earlier, and improving your customer service. Those are all the primary benefits. Coming to the second important point is, how will I know that this platform would be the best for me? How will I know that, I have an idea, I have a customer group in mind, I have an audience in mind? So keeping this all things already prepared, how can I decide that I'll go ahead with this platform? Just a few minutes back, I gave you an example of LinkedIn, right? So, and if it is like Facebook, I have given you some examples here. Just try to connect with that. It all depends on what is your product, what is your business, and who is your target audience. Okay, and how much you are going to set aside for your promotions, the budget or the money involved in it. Okay, so it all depends on what kind of who is your target audience, and based on that decisions, you can choose your platforms. Okay, how to create. So once you have decided that I will go ahead with social media, because Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, because my audience group is here. And also one thing is, it's not necessary that you can all of a sudden decide only one platform and go, make a decision that it will be work well for me. It is not necessary to do like that. One beautiful advantage of using digital marketing is you can have control over the expenses that you invest on it. I don't know how many of you know the fact that with 100 rupees per day, investing less than 100 rupees per day, you can do campaigns on Facebook. I believe most of you might would have heard this at least. Okay, so if you had, no, you cannot say that when you have a startup, you cannot invest very high on promotions, right? But in traditional marketing, that is one disadvantage, where we have to, when we work on maybe if a TV advertisement or a radio ad or a newspaper ad, it involves high cost. But in digital marketing, where you have a very good advantage of like putting low cost, and starting your promotions with low investment is possible in social media marketing. So how to see, once you have decided your target audience and you have set a tone, then you have to prepare a beautiful, good, an adaptable media strategy for your social media marketing. Okay, the strategy should include, here is where you have to work in with the prudence. You have to work at this space. You have to set a target audience based on their age or gender or location. You can choose, you can fix a goal. Now ultimate, basically, when you work on social media marketing overall, most of the times, many of the businesses focus on three major objectives. Okay, either they can, they use social media to generate new leads, or they use social media in order to create awareness about the brand, or they use social media in order to nurture their relationship with the customer or engage with the customer. So these, and there are many more objectives, but these are the most commonly used or primary objectives in social media marketing. So you have to actually have a clear cut objective. What is your objective? Am I going to generate leads and nurture those leads? Am I going to create brand awareness? Am I going to share information? So what is your objective? Based on that objective, you have to create the content that we'll be discussing next. But what is your primary goal, that you have to specify clearly, and then you have to decide with which are all the social media platforms that you're going to use in order to fulfill your objective. Okay, once you have decided your target audience, set your target audience, your goal, primary goal, as well as you have decided with the platforms, you have to work towards creating your content, or what is the message am I going to convey to my customers through these platforms. Okay, and how are you going to promote this? Is it going to be an organic mode of promotions, or is it going to be a paid form of promotions? All that has to be decided. Okay, so once you have prepared the strategy and you have started implementing it, how can you is there any way, or is there any method or methodology in order to measure the success of social media marketing? Yes, you have. That is the beautiful one another advantage of digital marketing. In maybe if you could give you better clarity to make him understand better, in a traditional mode, when you give an advertisement in a TV or a newspaper, you cannot measure the results immediately, right? Or you cannot know how many people have viewed it, or how many people have seen the advertisement. We cannot predict, right? We assume based on the TRP or based on the number of circulation and so on. I mean, we calculate based on the metrics are done in a generic way. But in social media, I mean, digital marketing, you can actually follow very clearly, very specifically, try to understand how many people have viewed, how many people have taken, responded, how many people have taken some decision out of it. All that you can, easily do it. It is very interesting to note that. Okay, so one, how can you do? How some common metrics that includes social media marketing is one is website traffic. I mentioned in the beginning. So when you have your presence in all the social media platforms, and when it is naturally integrated with your website, that increases the traffic and that facilitates many other digital marketing process. So one is website traffic, one metrics. Another metrics is lead generation. How many leads you have generated? Lead means a prospective customer, or maybe a customer who can, there is a possibility for making a person to a customer, somebody who is searching for a product. There is a possibility of getting your service or getting your product, the prospective customer turning to a customer. Okay, the lead is a single customer, I could say, or a user who is going to get benefit out of your product or services. And out of sales, when your sales increases, naturally we'll know the effectiveness of digital marketing, or maybe the social media marketing which you have used or which you have implied. Brand awareness, creating, making available the brand to many people who are not aware of it. Okay, that is another metrics. And customer engagement, when you have more reviews, when more customers are sharing your product or sharing your services, or trying to get responses from the customer, all that can be the results of having a hike in all these factors, can give you understanding that you are doing well, or it will help you to measure the effectiveness of your social media marketing strategy. Okay, and the third important point is creating engaging content. This is where it is very, very, very important, and you all have to really be cautious about what you're doing here. Okay, so mm, see, but if your content has to be successful, it should really reach the customers, right? So having a content which is engaging, having a content which is kind of connecting, touching their pain points is very much important. Okay, you may have a very good product, or you are ready to offer a big good service, but how will the customer know that your product is the best that can feed, that can serve their need, or your product is the best that can really satisfy them? It's like, it is through how you're conveying the message. Okay, so your message, whenever you prepare your content, you see, content, when we talk, there are paid content, owned content, and earned content. Okay, I'm not getting into it now. I have to cover up the rest of the part. I'm just trying to give you the highlights of it. Okay, so when you work on your content, it should be engaging, it should be totally connected to the need of the customer, it should be appealing to the customer. Okay, and when you work on creating content also, it should be exhibiting your brand name, and you should have a balanced mode or a consistent way of bringing out the message. And when you create a content, you should keep in mind that it should reach the customers. In other terms, you should connect to the audience. How do you do that? Okay, understand your audience first. Okay, trying to, in other terms, I just mentioned a word called pain point, right? So what is this pain point? Is, if I'm in a need, naturally, when you are coming out with your product, and if that product serves my need, my attention will normally get connected to you. That I'll try to connect with you because the product which you are trying to showcase to me serves my purpose. So I have a problem, and I am trying to look for a solution of this problem. And when I find that this problem can be met by your product, naturally I'll tend to connect to you. I'll try to know more about your product. I'll try to find out what is the price. I'll try to find out what are the specifications. It is all because I tend to connect because I have a need for this product. So which means my pain point is touched, right? So when you try to work on your content, keep in mind your audience, and keep in mind how you're going to serve them, and create a message which is really appealing, which is trying to serve the purpose, which is trying to connect to them, which is interesting, which is engaging, which will grab their attention. And when you work on visuals, today visuals play a major role, and we know that, today I think most of you are very fond of shorts and reels. Why is it so? Because sometimes it is so appealing and just very short, it grabs your attention to a greater extent, right? So whenever you use images or videos or any gif images or any kind of animations or infographics, see to it that it is connecting to your customer, carrying carrying the message or the content. And next is, you have prepared with the content. How do you promote your content? So you have, see, ultimately your aim is this message should reach the customer, and when it reaches the customer, your objective of getting the leads or expanding the brand, all that will be fulfilled, right? So there are certain ways wherein you can promote your content, including how do you, not like sharing it to different social media platforms. Now coming back to the first point which I told you already, when you would have decided already which are all the platforms you're going to showcase your presence. So when you try to share it, you can do it either by paid promotions or unpaid promotions. If it is unpaid, means it is organic, it may take little more time, and you have to build a followers who are, if they have to be communicated regularly. Okay, sharing it to the social media channels, which will help you. Say for example, if you are promoting your product in Facebook, naturally, of course, it can have its presence in Instagram, or it can have its presence in other social media platforms as well, right? So trying to run the advertisements in multiple social media platforms will help you to make many audiences see the response or see the content of your message. And one thing that you can do is, when you test it, another very beautiful benefit of social media marketing is, like, you can test it going step by step. You can find out when you come out with a message, the message, when it is shared to the customer, some messages go very well, right? It will have a good reach. So those messages can be again, created as a campaign, can be scheduled further in an intense mode. This is what we normally call it as the A/B testing in the digital marketing. Okay, you host different campaigns, and you to try to test which one will work for, good, or which one has a good reach, and what time and what kind of audience has a better connectivity. That group you can focus more and try to share, promote your content. And also you can try to collaborate with other similar, other businesses, or try to use influences platforms which is already there. Again, guest blogging, which is very common now, like where you tend to already an affiliator or an influencer who has good group of connective audience under their umbrella, and you can make them write a blog. Or say for example, if you are coming out with a healthcare product, you can ask a doctor who is specialized in that field to come out with a content or a blog that can support your service. Okay, like, which means the person who is the expert is trying to connect with the audience with the content. Okay, that will help you to promote them. Okay, and when, say, rather than me as a digital marketer saying a message, or when you bring out a healthcare product, a doctor conveying the message is totally different, right? A doctor is an expert is in that field, so when an expert is say about it, naturally it will connect to the people in a better way. So trying to have guest blogging or using affiliates in order to promote the content is very much, highly effective, and it will be good as well. Submitting your content to relevant websites, like creating backlinks and trying to connect with the websites which can, say for example, if it is educational institutions, when they try to promote the courses, they can connect with the edu portals like, say, Siksha or College Dunia, somewhere where they are trying to, because they are all their services only connecting to the students and helping them, giving them the services. But institutions, when they have their presence through these portals, they can have better reach because they have already set audiences. Okay, so promoting your content is like very important. The content which you have prepared has to reach the people in different ways. So using social media ads, when you advertisements, as I told you, you can have paid advertisements like display advertisements. There again, you have to set a budget. You have to fix a budget, how much you are going to, what is the budget that you have allotted for reaching your audience, and set a target, group where you're going to focus, create compelling ad copy. What is this creating compelling ad copy? See, when you see an advertisement in Facebook or Instagram, you don't just, if that product is, if the product or the service of the business is something connecting to your need, you cannot, you should not allow the customer, or you as an entrepreneur, when you come out with a service and trying to connect with the customer, say you are posting a campaign or you are posting a advertisement in social media platform like Facebook, and the customer sees the advertisement. Say, I'm the customer, you have posted a advertisement ad copy on Facebook, and I'm seeing it. I am connecting to the product, and I feel that this product will serve my purpose, and I look for it. I'm clueless, what to do next. So which means a compelling advertisement will give me a way for going to the next step. What do? You can have a CTA button on your ad copy, like, click to action, which prompts you to take you to the next step. You cannot assume that the customer will do, or customer will find, or customer will naturally come in search of the product. No, you have to give a clear compelling ad, which means the advertisement should have some kind of connecting point to your business. Okay, like a CTA button, or like a prompting action, or leading to the website, or leading to the customer portal, or leading to your e-com portal. Likewise, it should have a compelling advertisement where it can help. See, customers decisions can change anytime. Okay, so when they find that seeing your advertisement, feeling the need, and they wanted to buy the product, that should lead them towards the next step. So create ads which is really compelling, and prompting to the next series or next step. And finally, tracking the results. Okay, this is very important when you try to promote your content. And coming to the next important phase is building a community. Once you have an audience, you have promoted your product, you have created your content, you have promoted your product, and if you wanted to keep your consumers intact, or if you wanted to keep your customers connected, building a community is very much essential. I think the secret of success of all the influencers or all the affiliates today is, they have a community who is following them. I think you may be a follower for many community pages, right? Many community is a group of people who are of like-minded to who can follow you, who are like-minded to follow your business. Okay, so trying to build a community matters a lot. Interact with your audience. In other terms, being in touch with your audience continuously matters. How do you do that? How can you build a community? Is like, trying to engage with them, trying to ask questions and trying to answer them, trying to kind of assess their reviews and comments and respond to it. When they raise some queries or grievances, you tend to respond to it. Those are all kind of ways where you tend to connect with your customer by giving feedbacks and responses, and giving responses to any questions that they raise. Okay, then again, running contests and giveaways, and I think it's very very common today. Many of you would have come across many short videos and reels which tells us, trying and going and asking something a question and giving them the product free of cost as a gift, freebies, right? So running contests and giving to them, hosting live events, like master classes, very good examples today, right? So like, you tend to connect with the customer, trying to build and engage with them, and so on. And share user generated content. What is this user generated content? User generated content is maybe, say, example testimonials, or the reviews that they have said after using a product, how they feel, what they feel about the product, what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages, how this product can be more beneficial to a certain group of people. So such kind of experiences can be shared by the customers, right? Especially they share it through reviews and comments. So those can be taken as a user generated content, and that can be a kind of, in other terms, in a traditional market we call it as ambassadors, where the word, it's like word of mouth ambassadors, where they tend to carry the good message to the next customer, or to a new group of people, or to their peers and groups. Okay, so user generated content is another way where you tend to interact with the audience. So once you have a community, creating a sense of community around your brand will help you in a better way to understand or acquire new customers, as well as make your service available for them, continuously, by sharing values and beliefs, by creating a kind of forum of discussion where, especially when you look connected with services and so on, they have, forum discussion group where they tend to share their experiences and views, and tend to improve it further based on the feedbacks and comments. Okay, so when you are connected with the customer, you will tend to know what your customer is expecting much more, and how can you upgrade your existing service and products for a better usage. Okay, so how to use the social media to provide customer services. Okay, this is the primary thumb rule: is be responsive to your customers through social media, be helpful, try to understand them and what they are looking, rather than being offensive. Just like, of course, our reputation is very important. When you have your business, managing your reputation is equally important, but at the same time, you also have to respect your customer by being responsive to them, by being helpful or trying to have an empathical attitude towards them, and also setting your standards, being professional to them, or treating as a customer, and making them understand that they are important to you, and without them you cannot be successful in your business. Okay, so if when you try to, kind of satisfy your customer by giving a better service and treating them in a better way, that will naturally help you to have a better community engagement and help you to build a better community. So putting all this together, in conclusion, I think I have to, maybe, like, if we were on a kind of, physical session, I would have given you some cases to work on it. But let me try to conclude this by giving you a kind of understanding as to what we have touched upon. We started with what is digital marketing, what are the different types of digital marketing, and one of the type of digital marketing is social media marketing. And this social media marketing, or in order to have your presence in the social media marketing, start with developing a website, and when you and integrate all your social media platforms to the website, which can actually drive the traffic. And then what are the steps that is involved in social media marketing? If we're trying to understand what are its benefits, what are the advantages of using it, starting to identify who is the target, who are your customers, developing a strategy, developing a content in order to convey to the customers, trying to understand the various metrics that is involved. And once you are connected to the customer, how to provide the services. And then, once you have set a tone on these areas, trying to build a community to enhance your bring out your businesses continuously, or carry through forward. Okay, social media can be, I'm telling you again, giving you an assurance that if you are planning to have, work on your, if you have taken a baby steps already, and if you are working on to build up on your idea and bring out as a business, develop as an entrepreneur, take steps forward, in the kind of, definitely, step by step efforts that you put in order to build up your business will go further when you right, when you have a right confidence, and when you have a right attitude to work a little bit hard on the planning part of your social media. Okay, digital marketing social media is only one part of digital marketing, and of course it covers major part of your, business coverage in the initial stage, especially in the initial stage. Rather than going on many other tools, you can have very good, you can assess how you can move further with the help of these social media platforms, to other stages, having understanding the society, or the people, or the services that you offer, to what extent it is reaching, to what extent it will give you the results. All that you can assess when you have your presence in social media platforms, or when you do campaigns, or when you do your marketing, or when you start your marketing with social media platforms, that can help you to go ahead further as a successful entrepreneur, taking larger steps in the next phase. So using social media strategically can help you build your brand from the zero to the stages, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Help you to acquire new customers by generating leads. Once you have generated leads, naturally your sales will go up. Help you to generate more revenue by driving up your sales, and also will help you to engage with your customer by providing better services. Hope some part of the social media marketing has gone into your minds. take time and like try to explore more and try to understand so many case studies that is available on internet sources. I have given you the basic coverage of how to think from the perspective of your social media marketing. Okay, thank you so much for joining with me today. Thank you for listening. And if you have any other queries or comments, please leave it on the chat box. We are ready to help you out. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, madam, and it is a time for vote of thanks. Uh, on behalf of Department of Computer Applications and Science, K.S. Ragaswamy College of Arts and Science Autonomous, Tiruchendur, we express our sincere gratitude for your presence as resource person at our YouTube live event, Social Media Startup and Entrepreneur on today. Your contribution for the event is invaluable, and we received positive comments from the viewers. Your expertise on the topic, social media startup and entrepreneur, was evident, and your insights provided a new perspective that generated thought-provoking session among our staff and students. Again, we are deeply grateful for your honest presence and for sharing your knowledge with us. Your contribution to the success of the students is immeasurable, and we hope to have the opportunity to connect us again in the future. And also, I thank our management, our principal, staff members, and our coordinated staff members, those who are being in the part of this live video. Thank you, everyone. Once again, madam, thank you. And this session will be circulated among students and the faculty throughout Tamil Nadu. We will get more number of views in the evening. I will share you the live session with you. You can watch your video and the presentation also. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.